how's my stream? Can I hear myself? Yeah, okay, good. It's good. We are good to go. Yes, we are good to go. Yeah, just need to put chat. Chat. Just pop out chat. Pop out the chat. Pop out the chat. Once we pop it out, we'll pop in. Cause we need that pop-up chat. Okay, properties. Okay. Alright, I think we're good. Why is it like that? I guess that works. That works, I guess. Let's see. Alright, excellent connection. My mic is okay, not the greatest, but okay. We are ready to start stream. Oh yeah, we left off here. Yes, we found some clues.
So, did you find anything?
There are no signs of forced entry. The only way in would have been through Sylvain's room.
Paimon can show you. Here, it'd be something like this.
Ah, okay. Wow, very great, drawing there, Paimon. Very surprised.
But entering through the room next door without alerting Sylvain. Wait, you don't think Sylvain could have been the one who?
No, his reaction to the loss of his brother seemed genuine, and he doesn't have a motive.
Then what could have happened last night? I know Sylvain is still in shock, but he's our only available witness. We have to take his statement.
I agree. Also, I've made some new discoveries, so we might as well head next door and go through everything together.
Okay. Are we going to examine the body? I mean, like Emilie already done it. It's already done it. So yeah. Mr. Sylvain, we would like to have a chat with you.
Mr. Sylvain, I need you to tell me everything you and your brother did since yesterday afternoon. Did you see or hear anything strange?
After Kyria attacked Edgar, my brother and I were incredibly careful. We returned to our rooms and decided to lock all the doors leading to the hallway. The only door we kept unlocked was the one connecting our rooms. That way, if we heard any commotion coming from the other room, we could help each other. But I didn't hear any sort of commotion last night. Not a single noise. I woke up this morning, opened the door, and Lucian was...
So, no movement from the room next door. No forced entry via Sylvain's room. No signs of a struggle at the scene. And no external injury on Lucian's body. What kind of cause of death are we dealing with here?
I did notice a few things about the body. Lucian's pupils were dilated and his skin was flushed, very similar to Master's symptoms after the attack yesterday. There weren't any traces of liquid in his mouth or nose, so it's unlikely he was forced to ingest anything. The more plausible explanation is that he inhaled a substance without knowing it, and I'd say that substance was likely a ghost.
But if you knew that you were gonna smell it, wouldn't you notice it?
A goose? No, that's not possible. Inhaling a goose won't kill you. And anyway, it would have been for just one night.
So you're saying prolonged exposure is dangerous?
No, that's not what I meant. Emily, you ran your tests, didn't you? Go on. Tell everyone whether you found any poison.
No, I didn't find any common toxins.
Huh, see? A ghost is harmless. The market response proved that years ago.
That may be true for most people, but not for everyone.
Should be laying down.
Master!
Edgar? You're up and about already?
Thanks to Emilie, I'm out of the woods for now. Sylvain, no matter how hard you may try to hide it, the truth will always come to light.
Edgar!
Even if we could keep it a secret for another 10 or 20 years, do you think Kyria would just let us be? No, he would never give up. Not if he's doing all of this for Yelena.
Is that like, what's her name? Jivala? Who's Yelena?
That's Vijava's real name.
Ah, Vijava.
Yelena wasn't a scholar from Sumeru. She was an exiled Fatus from Snezhnaya.
It's all coming together now, isn't it?
A Fatus?
The Fatui. Well, that means the elemental energy present in a ghost was...
Ah, so you've already detected it. Well, Sylvain, looks like there's truly no reason to hide things now.
Oh,
The August flower was created with the mutative and distorting power of a delusion.
A delusion?
The Fatui, delusions... I never would have thought a ghost was hiding this many secrets.
Born of a delusion, August contained distorted elemental energy. A prolonged exposure over many years could have a harmful effect on the body.
that's enough, Edgar. I'll take it from here. At first, Yelena wanted to keep refining the perfume and the flower. But no one knew how long the perfume mania was going to last back then. It didn't have any effect on ordinary people anyway. Every day we postponed going to market was another day of lost earning potential.
So you decided poisoning people was worth the risk?
Listen, it's not like it was good for business. But all that talk about a goose being harmful over time, Yelena was just speculating. The impact was practically negligible. Unless you were particularly sensitive to elemental energy or had an entire bottle shoved down your throat like Edgar. You could use the product for decades and be completely fine.
It may be true there are no records of a goose poisoning in Fontaine. But even if no one was acutely poisoned, willfully bringing a product to market despite explicit knowledge of its harmful effects is still a serious crime.
Same thing with food corporates putting, substances that should not be in the food to prolong its, like shelf life or whatever. Never, okay? All that things about nitrate and whatever stuff that comes out from Breaking Bad, not a good idea, bro. The divine and noble August originated from a delusion, but if the truth comes out, the market for your product would be destroyed.
That explains why you were so intent on keeping Yelena and Kiria's involvement a secret all this time, despite readily confessing to all your financial crimes. The Fatui, delusions, a Ghost. If the Marashase Phantom discovered the connection between the three, there would have been enough evidence to send you to the Fortress of Meropide for life.
Ha! If I'd known coming to Sumeru would put a target on my back, I would have been more than happy to stay there. At least that way, Lucien would still be alive. All these years without any sign of Kiria, and he pops up out of nowhere the minute my brother and I get out of prison? It couldn't be any clearer who the kid's after. A Ghost was harmless before. The fact that it's killing people all of a sudden must be his doing as well.
So there's bad blood between you.
What about Yelena's death? Was that a cover-up too? A way to destroy evidence?
I'll admit, we thought about it at one point. We took care to disguise the products circulating on the market, and no one was questioning Yelena's fake identity. But if the Marashase Phantom decided to look into the flower beds, it would have been the end. Yelena's ties to the Fatui, the role of the delusion, everything would have been exposed. Before we could even put our plan in motion, Yelena beat us to it. She burned all her flower beds and threw herself into the fire as well.
But what is her motive though? Like, even though you had the thought of killing her in the fire, but she already done it herself.
But if her goal was to destroy evidence, there would have been no reason to do that to herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, she could have just burned the flower beds and fled with her brother.
I thought about it for a long time, but it wasn't until just now that I finally understood her reasoning. Everything she did, it was for her brother, Kiria. One of the reasons they defected from the Fatui was the deterioration of Yelena's body due to her excessive use of a delusion. She didn't want her brother to follow in her footsteps after her death. After arriving in Fontaine, Yelena continued using the delusion to cultivate the Auguste flower, weakening her body even further. There were times when she couldn't even walk.
So she couldn't flee with her brother because she was afraid of holding him back.
If her true identity was exposed, she and her brother would face pressure from both Snezhnaya and Fontaine. The Auguste flower and Yelena's own corroded body both bore the mark of a delusion. There would have been no way to avoid suspicion. So, in the end, she burnt it all to ash, including herself. With all the evidence erased, Kiria was free to take the Mora and run.
So the wealth you earned from Auguste, it wasn't destroyed in the fire. Yelena gave it to her brother?
Most likely. Before Yelena died, she said if anything happened to her, she was going to leave everything to her brother. We just didn't realize she meant our cut as well. That's why Lucien and I were searching for Kiria, to take back our Mora and the Auguste flower. We just didn't realize Kiria was baiting us the whole time. It was all a trap.
But why is Kiria out for revenge anyway? Doesn't he know about Yelena's decision to sacrifice herself?
I mean, you do stupid things when you lost a loved one, you know?
I don't think he knew his sister was nearing death. Yelena always wore heavy makeup around him to conceal her deteriorating appearance. She kept herself busy with work to keep out of sight. That way her brother wouldn't notice how she could barely walk.
Then all we'll need to do is tell Kiria what really happened, and then he'll give up on his revenge. I'm not so sure. Even if he knew the truth, he'd still find someone to blame. He might think Yelena was forced into using a delusion to cultivate a Auguste, or something like that. It's hard to pull yourself out of that kind of hatred. Especially when you've been living in that headspace for so many years.
Talking from someone who had that experience. Oh,
Very
man.
true. Even if Yelena's death was her own choice, I wouldn't call myself innocent either.
Edgar, what are you talking about?
Think about it, Sylvain. If we hadn't been in such a hurry to capitalize on the perfume mania all those years ago, do you think Yelena would have elected to take those risks? If we hadn't been so blinded by greed, so insistent on increasing the scale of the flower cultivation, do you think Yelena's health would have deteriorated as fast as it did? If we hadn't invited the Marechaussee Phantom to our doorstep by breaking the law at every turn, Yelena could have survived.
She knew her limits. She knew her days were numbered. Maybe it was for her brother, but she was in it for the Mora just as much as us. We were just trying to earn a bit of Mora. And what, we deserve to die for that? Target me for being the mastermind, sure. But what about Lucien? He was just following my orders. Lucien's crime, was it really so extreme that he had to pay for it with his life?
The only person that can answer that question is a judge.
New villain. No, just kidding.
Fine. I've said my piece anyway. Drag me back to Fontaine to stand trial. I don't care.
3 people from Fontaine, 1 from Snezhnaya, and a crime committed in Port Ormos. What a headache.
What's going to happen?
Well, we can only wait until the Academia sends someone to deal with it. I'm guessing we'll have to contact Fontaine as well. In any case, we won't really know anything until tomorrow.
Again, we have to wait.
With the exhibition, we don't even have space in Port Ormos to detain anyone. Such a headache.
The hotel could suffice. You could station a few officers to keep an eye on Sylvain and myself. Although with Sylvain's mental state and my physical one, I don't think you need to worry about a jailbreak.
Mr. Edgar, are you saying...
If Sylvain is to stand trial, then I deserve the same fate. A crime is a crime, accomplice or not. I'd just like to take care of a few things before I go. Say goodbye to my plants and all that. As for Sylvain, I'm sure he also has some goodbyes of his own. Would you be willing to grant that request, Sheriff?
Well, all right. I'll talk to the Academia. No matter who you were in Fontaine or what crimes you committed, the man we grew to know in Sumeru proved himself to be a good person. Your request is granted.
You have my thanks, Sheriff.
But if we wait until tomorrow, doesn't that mean something could still happen tonight?
Happen tonight? Oh, you mean the possibility that Kiria might try to finish what he started?
Yeah.
Yeah! All we know is that he uses a goose to poison people, but we still have no idea how to catch him in the act! If he targets Sylvain or Edgar again, we might not be able to stab him!
That may be true, but what if we can take advantage of his desperation?
You mean...
If we take advantage of this situation and lure him in on purpose, we might finally have the chance to talk to him.
Master, no! That's too dangerous.
So, that's your plan. If Kiria learns we're being taken away tomorrow, his last chance to enact his revenge would be tonight. In other words, you want to use us as bait to capture him.
Capture? Not necessarily. I just want to talk. What? Are you afraid of him?
Afraid? This is my only chance to make him pay for what he did. I'm spending the rest of my life in prison anyway. I can't just sit back and let him ride off into the sunset with our fortune. There's no way I'm letting him get away with it. Not after what he did to Lucien. As for the danger, everyone else just needs to make preparations in advance to protect us.
I'll admit, it could work. We just need to spread the word that Edgar and Sylvain are leaving tomorrow. Then I'll station some of my men around the hotel. If we have your assistance as well, our chance of success would be even higher.
I still have some reservations, but if you insist on carrying out this plan, I won't deny you my help.
We can help stand guard.
I'll also keep watch.
Although I think Sylvain and myself should remain alone in our respective rooms. If Kyria noticed another person in the room, he might decide to turn back. And besides, it's possible he's already transformed Auguste into a potent toxic gas.
You mean if he doesn't see a way to get his hands on the two of you, he might get so desperate that he'll just start using Auguste on everybody?
If that were to happen, everyone standing guard, even the innocent citizens in Port Ormos would all be in danger.
That's why everyone else needs to keep to the shadows.
You're still recovering. You need to rest.
This old bag of bones doesn't bounce back like it used to. I suppose I'll just have to leave the rest to you.
All right, we can figure out a plan to keep watch later. Right now, I say we split up and start spreading that information before it's too late.
Right. Words begin to spread about Edgar and Sylvain's impending departure. It is time to act, to catch the culprit. Yeah, the culprit. It's taking a while. Okay.
Have you heard? Mr. Edgar's been detained. He's being taken away tomorrow.
What? He's the one who helped craft all the fragrances for our shop.
He taught my child how to make perfume. How could this happen?
He hasn't been convicted yet. Let's just wait and see what the court has to say.
Oh, everyone on the street is talking about the rumors. No matter where Kyrie is hiding, he must have heard them by now. Let's head back to the hotel and take a break. We can see how the other preparations are going while we're at it.
Wrong button. What's wrong with my mouse? I could have just teleported here and then just like walk a bit closer. Is that Emilie? Emilie!
Emily, Sheriff Xian wants to talk to you and the Traveler about our plans for the night watch.
Thank you, Kale. But first, here. I prepared a kind of herbal tea that helps calm the spirit. Why don't you have some?
Oh, that's very kind of you, but I'm okay.
Oh, it's not good to be so tense, especially when we've got a long night ahead of us. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I couldn't help but notice that something seems to be on your mind.
Was it that obvious?
You seem very preoccupied with Kyria's revenge. If there's anything you want to talk about, I'm happy to listen.
Oh, Hey, Sale? Oh, are we interrupting something?
Can I join 4G?
No, not at all. This will be easier to talk through with you here anyway. I've just been thinking. If Kiria has the capacity to commit murder while remaining completely undetected, why didn't he target Sylvain along with Lucien last night? There was just a single door separating them. If his intention was to target both brothers, then there was barely anything standing in his way. Don't you think? When I accompanied Sylvain to his room after Lucien died and saw how distraught he was, I suddenly realized maybe Kiria did that on purpose. Maybe he wanted Sylvain to experience the pain of losing a loved one before he completed his ultimate revenge. So did he attack Edgar as a warning then? To scare Sylvain and Lucien?
Based on what we've heard about Kiria, that may very well be the case.
Losing his sister all those years ago. What has been going through his head? What has he been forced to endure? Whenever I get to thinking like that, I just can't help but wonder. If I were in his place, would I be able to let go of that hatred? I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't think like that. Not after everything he's done. But I just can't help it.
I mean, you're one to talk though, but yeah, I think you understand this the most because you've been through a lot as well, and taking on revenge, it's a cold, lonely road there.
There's nothing wrong with the way you're feeling. Empathy is a part of human nature.
Yeah.
In all my years of cleaning up crime scenes, I've witnessed countless families mourn their loved ones. Their cries of devastation and anger still echo through my mind, even now. Some of them even try to stop me, begging me not to erase the last remnants of their loved ones. But getting swept up in those emotions will corrupt your judgment. Surround yourself with fragrance for too long, and your sense of smell will become dull. Allow yourself to be consumed by your emotions, and you lose the ability to think rationally. So while you hold on to that sense of empathy, you also need to ask yourself, do Sylvain and Lucien really deserve to die? How much did they truly know about the Fatui and the delusion? Did they force Yelena to make those decisions? Answering those questions requires a lot of time and evidence, while a single act of vengeance can put those answers forever out of our reach. I've witnessed a lot of deaths in Fontaine. When someone dies, a certain amount of information can be inferred from the traces left behind at the scene. But generally speaking, death will just leave most questions unanswered, and the whole picture ever incomplete.
Once you're consumed by hatred, it will become next to impossible to think about things that way. For someone like Kiria, I'm sure right and wrong lost all meaning a long time ago.
You're right. The fact that we can approach these questions from this perspective isn't because we're more rational than them. It's because we're fortunate enough not to have suffered that kind of loss. But that also makes us perfectly positioned to stand on the outside and try to pull them back from the brink before it's too late.
It's very true though. If you ever feel like you're like at the edge of like trying to do something horrible, always let other people try and help you to get out of that headspace and make yourself sane again. Don't start thinking of doing something you would regret doing in the future.
I understand Kiria's decision, but I still want to stop him. Master, Sylvain, and Kiria. They all deserve to survive.
The fortunate and the unfortunate.
Emilie, traveler. Huh? Edgar, you're here too?
Oh, it's you two! Didn't you head back to your room to rest, Edgar? Is it really okay for you to be out and about like this?
A little exercise never hurt anyone. Besides, I don't have much time left in Sumeru. So I'd like to take care of my plants while I still can.
We could do that for you, Master.
No need. I've grown attached to these flowers, and this is my last chance to say goodbye. Come tomorrow. I'll be happy to entrust their care to you. I would imagine Sheriff Sham is here for a more important reason.
The Night Watch. You mentioned earlier that we still need to confirm our plans.
That's right. I've stationed some of my men around the surrounding area, but we still don't have anyone standing guard next to Sylvain's room.
You mean Lucien's room?
Exactly. After some discussion, we concluded that Sylvain has the highest risk of being attacked next. You're the most skilled fighter here, Traveler. And Emilie's expertise is sure to come in handy in a pinch. That's why I want you two stationed next to Sylvain's room. So, are you up for it?
I'm cool. What about you?
Sounds perfectly reasonable. I'll be glad to have your help tonight, Traveler.
Time to get inside. I saw something sparkle. No? No sparkly sparkles? Sparkly, sparkly, sparkle. Revenge is best served cold, but it will always leave a very sad feeling on your tongue. Something that you wish you never want to taste ever again.
Not a peep. Has Kirya given up on his revenge?
I don't think so. I mean, just like that.
Guess we'll have to keep at it. Still nothing unusual. Paimon took a peek into the room next door and Sylvain's already sleeping.
Sham hasn't issued a warning either.
Perhaps Kirya's true motive was simply forcing Sylvain to confess his crimes. No, that can't be right. If all he wanted was for Sylvain to be convicted for his true crimes, he could have tipped off the Marechaussee Phantom years ago.
And yet, he already killed Lucien. There's no reason to stop there.
There must be something we're missing. Something extremely important.
Maybe we just need to calm down a little. How about some tea? That herbal blend from earlier was pretty tasty.
I mean, we can't abandon our post. There's nothing here that we can use to make tea as well, so...
You're right. Maybe we can look for a different distraction then, like looking at the flowers. Oh, there's a glaze lily here. Paimon didn't notice it earlier.
Well, because they don't bloom during the day, and they only bloom at night.
Flowers, glaze lilies, incense. Oh no! Sylvain's room! Quick!
Wait, what?
Hey, did you hear? Someone was attacked again last night.
It was the older of the merchant brothers, right?
Yeah, I think his name was Sylvain. Poor guy was murdered in cold blood.
First it was Mr. Edgar, then that merchant named Lucien, and now this.
Listen up, everyone. This is an active crime scene. Please, no loitering.
It's been 3 days and they haven't even caught a glimpse of the guy. What is going on?
Do you think it could be the work of an evil spirit? I mean, how do you get away with something like that with so many people watching?
Keep it moving, everyone. No loitering.
So, did Sylvain survive? Was Emilie able to, save him?
I suppose I'm next.
You don't know that. Kirya already attacked you once, and you survived. Perhaps he doesn't consider your crime to be worthy of death.
You were the only reason I managed to survive, Emilie. I never did thank you for that, did I?
Didn't survive, I guess.
Even if I wasn't there, Tainari was also in the vicinity. He would have been able to help.
Is that so? I suppose I'm a very fortunate person then. I have exceptional students, caring friends, and the respect of my peers. If it is indeed my time to go, then I'll die without regrets. But Kyria has nothing. Yelena is gone. Now, his enemies are too. It really makes you wonder if there's even a reason to keep on living.
If you really want an answer, I suppose you'll have to ask Kyria himself once we finally catch him.
Well, I hope it all goes well. Emilie, there's something else I'd like to ask of you. With everything that's happened, holding the exhibition is off the table now. But so many flowers were transported here for the show, some of them thousands of miles away from their homeland. I can't let them wither away with no one to care for them. Whether Kyria gets to me first, or I'm sent back to Fontaine to stand trial, I won't be around to look after them. I know it's a lot to ask, but could I entrust them to your care?
Of course, Master.
Really? Oh, I'm glad to hear it. Now I truly have nothing to worry about.
Sheriff Sham still has some questions for me, so I've gotta go.
You know,
Go
Kyria
ahead.
could have done something with
Best
those
not
like
to keep
flowers
him
that
waiting.
Edgar
He can be quite
brought in.
impatient.
I'm sorry, Master.
Oh.
Another all-nighter. Paimon sure hopes Emily's plan will go well. Oh, but Kali still looks quite worried. Emily still isn't back. I hope she didn't run into any trouble.
She's extremely meticulous. I'm sure she's prepared to handle anything that might come her way.
Yeah, that's true.
Traveler, I had my men start spreading the information you requested. The crowd is gone now too, but I have to admit, I'm not really sure what's going on. After listening to Emily's plan, I started getting the materials together and arranging personnel. I barely had a second to spare last night. To be honest, I'm still not sure how the crime was committed that night.
It's pretty simple, actually. What are you, Sherlock Holmes or something?
The key clue was right in front of us the entire time.
Feel like you've been wanting to say that for a while.
Let's go. We'll show you where the culprit hid a goose.
What is it? Point out. It's the flower, yeah?
This is it.
The glazed lily, huh? I think I've heard of it before. It's a flower from Liyue, right?
Yep.
Well, did you know it only blooms at night?
Emily, you're back.
How did it go?
Exactly as expected.
A flower that only blooms at night. Ah, like the Neelatpala lotus.
Exactly. Although the Nilotpala lotus wouldn't be a good substitute in this scenario. When it's closed, the gaps between the petals are too large. That's why Kiria chose the glaze lily as his mechanism. He would start by preparing an Agus sample.
Okay, so he might have stowed it on the outside of the petals. Nah, put it into the flower pot, so area around the petals should be inside the petals, no? Or pour it.
If poured into the flower pot, the liquid would seep into the soil. That might prevent the substance from taking effect. There's a sticky substance on the edge of the flower petals. It's one I recognize. If you stick the petals together with slime condensate, then in the daytime, the glazed lily would act almost like a hidden container. If applied to the outside, you would still be able to smell a ghost even in the daytime.
So you would...
That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, but how do
There's a sticky substance.
how do I interpret it?
If you stick the petals...
That's right! He applied a diluted form of slime condensate to the petals to
I was like,
stick them
what?
together and enclosed a sample of Auguste in the center. That way, the Auguste would remain trapped inside during the daytime, unable to seep between the petals and evaporate into the air. This also allowed the culprit to plant the poison well in advance, while his targets remained oblivious. However, the diluted slime condensate wouldn't be viscous enough to prevent the petals of the glaze lily from opening at night. So by nightfall, the flower would bloom, thereby forcing the target to inhale the Auguste trapped inside.
And Kiria could execute his revenge without having to step foot inside the room during the night.
By the next morning, the sample of Auguste would have nearly fully evaporated. The glaze lily would have already closed its petals, and any lingering odor would be concealed by the fragrance of the other flowers in the room.
And his mission would be accomplished.
Wait a second. You're telling me this version of a goose is so toxic, inhaling the minute amount trapped inside a flower is enough to kill a grown man? And how did Edgar even survive ingesting a whole bottle of the stuff?
That's because Auguste is just as dangerous now as it was all those years ago. The level of toxicity has never changed. Only a small subset of people are truly at risk.
Ah, you mean people who are sensitive to elemental energy. So it's just some sort of happy coincidence that Sylvain and Lucien are allergic to the stuff? That can't be right. They were involved in the operation all those years ago. If the stuff gave them a bad reaction, they would have known from the very start.
I wouldn't use the word allergic necessarily. It's more like they're susceptible to its effects. But that distinction isn't important right now. You can think of it this way. It's not that Sylvain and Lucien are innately sensitive to elemental energy, but that Kiria found a way to ensure that they would be.
The incense of in the room. No?
The incense I smelled earlier seemed familiar. Thinking back on it, I'm almost certain it was the scent of spirit borneal. In Sumeru, scholars use spirit borneal to aid meditation and stimulate their connection to the Dendro Archon.
But that's not it.
All kinds of essential oils commonly found in alchemical products can temporarily increase elemental affinity. But it would be difficult to force someone to use them without knowing it. In Fontaine, I experienced how drinking primordial seawater made me more attuned with the element of hydro. But that substance would be hard to get around here.
So it should be the incense in the room, right?
That doesn't sound right.
Then what? Essential oils?
That doesn't sound right.
I mean, you can't get primordial sea anywhere around here, so he must have like bring it all the way from Fontaine, but
In Sumeru, scholars use
Alchemically produced essential oils, The primordial seawater that caused unrest in Fontaine not too long ago. All of those are substances that can heighten your sensitivity to elemental energy.
And Kiria chose Spirit Borneo.
That stuff gave us a lot of trouble when we first came to Sumeru. Ah, yes. I definitely remember that.
In Sumeru, it's not uncommon to use incense indoors, so its presence wouldn't arouse suspicion. The flowers in the room could also serve to mask the scent.
Flowers were pretty important to this plan, huh? The glazed lily is native to Liyue. It would be completely unnatural to have one here in Sumeru if it weren't for the exhibition. What a coincidence.
Actually, it's not a coincidence at all.
So the exhibition, the hotel, it was all a meticulously designed trap.
No wonder he was willing to pay a small fortune to rent out the hotel. He probably used the mora Yelena left him, don't you think? That money was supposed to set him free. But in the end, it was just a tool for his revenge.
There's a saying among forensic doctors in Fontaine. Every step you take leaves a mark.
Obviously.
But up until this point, we haven't been able to detect any trace of Kiria's activities. That's not because he was coming and going undetected, or because he's some kind of evil spirit, but because he's been disguised as someone else this entire time.
What, the sheriff? Or Edgar?
Creating such an intricate mechanism out of a glaze lily, setting up the spirit Borneal in advance, and arranging for Sylvain and Lucien to stay at the hotel. It all points to one person, the expert in charge of the entire exhibition. Kiria and Edgar are one and the same.
But Kiria was only in his teens back then. He wouldn't even be 40 years old by now.
Maybe if he used the delusion?
Edgar's lived here for so many years. Even if he changed his appearance, going that long without giving anything away, it would be impossible.
Bad news, Sheriff. Mr. Edgar was attacked.
What?
A dark shadow-like figure just ran out of his room. It was giving off a really ominous aura. But before we could even react, the figure up and disappeared like some sort of ghost or something. By the time we got a look inside the room, Mr. Edgar was gone. Do you think Kiria kidnapped him?
I need you to think very carefully about this. Are you certain that figure wasn't Edgar himself?
I mean, Mr. Edgar was so frail. I don't see how he could have moved that fast.
It would seem Master decided to tap into an ill-advised source of power.
What? But that's so dangerous with the condition he's in. It's...
Suicide.
But why? Why would he do that? He's already accomplished his revenge.
No. If his aim was to target everyone who had a hand in Yelena's death...
If he left Sylvain alive yesterday, not out of a desire to see him suffer, but to confirm the truth about why Yelena chose to die...
Then there's still one target left.
Who? Edgar? Like the real Edgar? Okay, this is just like pointing to like every directions now. It's just like, and who's who?
The shadow-like figure ran in the direction of the elevator, and my partner immediately chased after them.
We should hurry before...
Where in the world did he go? Let's ask the merchant.
You, get up.
It's all right. Please, calm down and take a deep breath. Can you tell us what you saw?
I saw a black shadow. It ran right past me. How could something like that happen in broad daylight?
This is terrifying.
No! Don't come any closer!
If we go any further, we'll be out of Port Ormos. There'll be hardly any
It's all right. I can detect a faint whiff of the scent from here. I would say he passed by this location not too long ago. It's this way. Please, follow me.
Are we going inside a domain or something? Probably looks like it. Yeah. Oh, it's that way. I was like, where am I going? I went the wrong way. Is it up? It's up. Hey, there's a treasure chest. Of course.
Someone needs assistance.
Oh, get down here.
I'll catch up. The scent is getting stronger. This must be the place.
Okay, it's down. Where? Oh, there. There's the domain. Okay. Start. Will. Yeah, this is good enough. Start.
Oh! Oz! Are you alright? Were you attacked?
No, I'm alright. I was just chasing after that figure, and then all of a sudden, I didn't feel so hot.
Let me take a look.
The air definitely feels heavy. It smells nice, but for some reason, it's hard to breathe. This feeling, I've encountered it before.
Everything looks all right. It was probably just the stress of the chase, combined with the impact of the environment. A bit of rest would do you some good.
I can't rest. Mr. Edgar is still in there. He taught my sister how to make perfume. He's a good man. I can't just abandon him to die by Curia's hand. Oz, you need to calm down and listen to me. Edgar is the one we're after. He and Curia are the same person. But how is that possible? I thought you said Curia was in his 30s. Mr. Edgar is 70-something. Changing your appearance to look decades older, that doesn't seem possible.
Unless you use delusions.
That's precisely why he had to resort to extraordinary measures to age himself. Curia used a delusion to bring back the Auguste flower, corroding his body in the process, just like his older sister.
No. He couldn't have. Mr. Edgar has been in Port Ormos for years. If someone started impersonating him all of a sudden, we would have noticed.
And what if the impersonation started before he ever set foot in Sumeru? I've yet to confirm it, but I suspect Curia killed the real Edgar in Fontaine not long after his release from prison. While Edgar was incarcerated, Curia started making preparations to replace him, including forcefully aging his body, studying perfumery, and planning the real Edgar's demise. The new Edgar then decided to relocate to Sumeru, seemingly out of an innocuous desire to let go of the past. He even left perfume making in favor of mentoring students, but these decisions were all for a specific purpose: the need to distance himself from anyone who might see through the facade. And Sumeru fit the bill to a T, with no one around to question his identity. All he had to do was grow a beard, don a pair of glasses, make a few minor alterations to his appearance, and everyone would believe he was exactly who he claimed, Edgar, a perfumer from Fontaine. As the years went by, he removed his disguise little by little and continued to refine his skills. It would have been a gradual process, one that ensured no one around him would notice anything unusual.
That explains why Sylvain said he barely recognized Edgar back at the hotel. He aged himself decades beyond his years just so he could accomplish his revenge. Is that even worth it?
I need to find Mr. Edgar. He's not that kind of person. He can't be.
What you really need is to get out of here and rest.
No, I can keep going.
Wait! This environment is likely being influenced by the delusion. Any discomfort, no matter how slight, should not be treated lightly. I know how to relieve your symptoms, Mr. Ooze. Please come with me and rest. I'm sure Kiria... No, Edgar.
Kale's right.
Oh, sorry.
The Traveler and I will take things from here. From our brief exposure to a goose, it would seem the substance has little effect on us.
Because we have visions.
This leads me to believe those blessed with a vision or capable of wielding elemental power are more resistant to the effects of abnormal elemental energy. In other words, this environment doesn't pose as much of a risk to us. Actually, now that I think about it, this stronghold likely has multiple points of entry. If the target were to escape from a different point of entry, that might allow him to evade capture. I hate to trouble you, but we need people to survey the perimeter.
Thanks. Hear that? We're heading out. There's work to be done. Ooze, head back to Port Ormos and start gathering reinforcements.
Got it.
Traveler, Emilie, Paimon, please be careful. For someone whose only purpose in life is revenge, there's no telling what they'll do when there's no reason to move forward.
Don't worry. This isn't the end. Not for us or for Kiria. We're not going to let a goose kill anyone else. It's time for the mythos to fade into obscurity.
I bet he's that like fire sword guy. Sword for Chewie. Ooh, hello.
Monsters? Perhaps they were attracted here by the increased level of elemental energy.
Should we be touching that?
I've never seen these seeds before. They must also have been created with the power of a delusion. It seems to be avoiding us, and there's no other way forward. Perhaps we could try luring it to the edge of the cliff.
It's a long way down. Hey, chest. Okay.
Whoa, look at all the Auguste flowers! There are so many of them. I can't believe a single person did all this. Must have taken a lot of time.
I fear that statement is truer than you know, Paimon. Using a delusion comes at a cost. Not just time, but the time you have left to live.
But why would Kiria need this many Auguste flowers? He only needed a few bottles of Auguste to carry out his plan, right?
Perhaps hatred wasn't the only emotion fueling his obsession with Auguste.
You mean his sister?
Not long ago, he told me he didn't want all the flowers transported to Sumeru to wither away in a foreign land. But Kiria betrayed Snezhnaya, abandoned Fontaine, and lived his entire life in Sumeru under the guise of someone else. For someone with nowhere to call home, perhaps dying among a bed of Auguste flowers just like his sister is the best homecoming he could ask for.
True. Is there a chest? What is this? Apples and some citrus. Oh, there's the chest. I was like, where's the chest? Oh, up there. Oh, over there. Don't think there's anything here. Yeah, I guess that's it. There's something else. Don't think there's anything else.
Strike a pose! Reconstitute!
Some more? Oh. You know, it would be good if you have like Furina and Emilie together and then just like become an AFK team after that. Not moving.
The show begins!
Why is it not moving? Hello? Move. Move! Why is it not moving? It's like it's not moving? Is there a reason why is it not moving? Oh, was I obstructing it? Maybe I was. Wow. Oh, so that's how it is.
A plant that destroys seeds. Huh. Quite the ecological marvel. Let's head back to the place where the seeds first appeared.
So, what do you do? So if it kills it, then what do you do now? Oh, come on, is this like another one of those like weird puzzles? I hate doing these. And this thing doesn't even want to move. Where are you going? Hey! What do I do? Like, do I shoot them out? Should I shoot them out?
Transfixed.
Can I shoot them out? I cannot shoot them out because, yeah. Fine.
Neutralize.
Don't think so. Well, it doesn't hurt us, so. I don't understand. Like, what do you do? Do I have to hit it? Is that what it is? I have to hit it. I don't understand. What do I have to do? There is something. Okay. Can I like take out more than one? Okay, this is confusing me. This is, can I know? What do I do? I take more? No. And how? Don't go there! No! You idiot! What does it all mean? What do I have to do? This is stupid! This is the worst fucking mechanism ever. What the hell? And what's the point of this thing? Oh my gosh, this is just so useless. Why are you going in there? You go there. Oh. Get over there. Not there. I'm gonna put it over here. Here. Don't go there. Why are you going there? I don't understand. What's... Huh? Oh my god, I hate these. And this thing, it doesn't do anything, right? It doesn't, like, there's no... There's nothing. What do you mean? There's nothing. Can't I shoot them out? It's much easier if I shoot them out. Let me climb this. I wanna... Oh no. Oh man. I hate this. Don't go into the light. Yes. Ugh. Oh my god. Such a weird ass mechanism. My god.
The scent of flowers is getting stronger. We're almost at the end.
I hope it is, because I hate that fucking shit.
The scent of flowers is getting stronger. We're almost at the end.
Did they catch up that fast? No. My strength is just waning. But it doesn't matter. This is far enough.
This is a garden of Auguste flowers. But it's not mine. It's the one that was set on fire all those years ago in Fontaine. Yelena? Yelena! You tried to hide it from me, but I always understood. The reason why you continued to use the delusion, the reason why you set your garden on fire, it was all because of me. I shouldn't have listened to you that day. I shouldn't have taken the Mora and ran. But by the time I realized something wasn't right, there was nothing left. The flowers were gone. And so were you. I know I'm almost 20 years too late. I should have come looking for you earlier. I should have died with you that day. Yelena? Yelena!
It's an illusion.
Don't leave me. Please. Yelena!
Emilie? I'm alive. No, that's not possible. I saw her. Yelena. We were together.
I think Emily swapped the substance in the bottle when she was in Kiria's room.
That was an illusion, likely brought about by the residual toxin in your body coupled with the pollen in the air, neither of which are fatal.
No. The amount of August I drank, it should have been enough.
I'm sorry to say this, but that was a fake.
A fake? But how?
We started making the preparations last night with one goal in mind: to create a perfect accord. The accord is the basis of perfume making, the product in its most primitive
form. Ambergris mixed with cedar wood, rounded out with a base note of agar wood.
This is the scent of leather?
Exactly. We're unable to extract essential oils from leather, but by combining other raw materials, we can recreate its essence. That is the purpose of an accord.
Does that mean you can recreate any scent in the whole world?
I'm afraid not. Certain fragrances in this world are simply one of a kind. That quality is what draws people in and fuels their obsessions.
If I wear a goose to the ball, I'll also be one of a kind.
Our competitor already got their hands on it.
It doesn't matter how much it costs. I have to buy something better.
This fragrance will be one of a kind, no more. Myths can be deconstructed. Miracles can be recreated. All it takes is skill, experience, limitless exploration, and a little patience. The only thing left is determining where the real Auguste is hidden. Pretending to be attacked means he's not free to move around. Auguste must be hidden within reach.
Paimon took a peek through the window earlier and his house was packed with flowers.
The curator commissioned a flower pot from Kasharawar, capable of retaining heat and moisture.
Perfumes are as beautiful as flowers, and equally as delicate. When stored, you must take care to control the temperature and keep them away from direct sunlight. Did you get all that, Emilie?
I got it.
Did you hear? Someone was attacked again last night.
So, Sylvain is dead. Is that right?
Wait, so it's...
Yes, Master.
Aw.
So, you switched the bottles of Auguste, and then lied to me about Sylvain's death.
So he is alive. Okay, so Sylvain's still alive. Okay, I was really did think like, wait, Sylvain's dead as well? Shit.
Convincing you that your revenge had been completed was the easiest way to get you to let down your guard.
Impossible. Even if you found a way to switch out the bottles, there's no way you could have made an accord. If Auguste was so easy to replicate, Yelena wouldn't have.
It was a combination of rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilias. Those ingredients would have conflicted with each other if you tried to combine them in the past. But recently, we found a way for them to work together.
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilias.
Auguste was created over 10 years ago. All this time, people never stopped analyzing it, never stopped trying to recreate it. Perfumery techniques are advancing day by day. We've found better ways to extract essential oils, separate oils and fats. We even discovered new ways to combine fragrances together. The mythos surrounding Auguste may have been untouchable almost 20 years ago, but now it's time for it to become a thing of the past.
The past?
You've been working as a perfumer for all these years. You should have always known that it is possible to make an accord, even if only in theory. But the meaning you assigned to Auguste became so inflated, you allowed yourself to get lost in it, just like the perfume mania that captivated the public all those years ago. You believed in its divinity and grandeur. You believed it was entirely one of a kind.
And in the process, you forgot that it was a bottle of perfume. Nothing more.
Your obsession with Auguste is also what allowed us to predict how you intended your plan to end, and to make preparations in advance.
We just didn't expect it to happen so fast.
Or that you would activate the delusion.
Well, you hit the nail on the head now, didn't you? So, Sylvain isn't dead. Since you've been preparing your accord since last night, I assume you've also figured out my method, then. That means the news of Sylvain's death, the crowd gathered outside the hotel this morning, it was all an act you put on with the sheriff?
Yes. If we hadn't, you might have resorted to the delusion out of desperation, or continued to use your Spirit Borneal and Auguste combination to wreak havoc.
Who knows? Maybe I would have just offed myself then and there.
I know if you had things your way, you would carry the truth of Edgar's demise and the secrets of this garden to the grave, but I'm sorry, Master. I don't want to see any more death. Sylvain only inhaled a small amount of poison. He's being detained as we speak. All the crimes he concealed back then will be exposed in a court of law for everyone to see, and all his secrets will be revealed. The same goes for you as well.
Is that so? Well, I suppose I'll be spending the rest of my days in a prison cell then.
Whoa, he accepted that kind of fast.
I don't feel the need to justify my actions, nor do I intend to repent for them. I did what I set out to do. I may have lost in the end, but it was my choice every step of the way. And if I could do it all over again... But there's no going back, is there?
Careful, everyone. This environment is dangerous. I'll lead the way.
Stick close. Hurry up. Can't let Edgar die.
Looks like I'm almost out of time. Although, I do have one final question, Emilie.
Of course, Master.
The combination you used to make your accord. How did you figure it out?
The scent of Auguste is complex and varied, yet the main ingredient consists of a single variety of flower. So, as I was analyzing the sample yesterday, I got to thinking, what if the scent of the Auguste flower was already imbued with that complexity during its cultivation?
You're saying Yelena designed Auguste to have the scent of multiple flowers?
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, Cecilias. The perfumers of the past knew that if you combined their essential oils directly, they would just cancel each other out. It was a conundrum they could never solve. But if you cultivate a new flower species that intrinsically carries the unique features of those three scents, you can bypass that issue entirely. It goes without saying that for that time, this idea was a stroke of genius.
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilias.
Those really do seem like flowers you would choose, Yelena.
Alright. Done deal. Oh man. It is done. We have finally know the culprit, and he was under our noses all along. And we're in Fontaine. Hey. Are we gonna meet shit. I keep forgetting people's names. Are we gonna meet Chevrus? Yeah, Chevrus. Are we gonna meet Chevrus as well?
Did you know? Miss Emilie's releasing a new perfume! Right, I heard about that. I think it's called Yelena. Seems like everyone in Fontaine is talking about the new perfume you're releasing.
I was hoping to release it without such a fuss, but the news spread way faster than I expected.
Maybe you had help from Charlotte?
I just hope it won't become the source of some new myth, especially after all the work we did to demystify a ghost.
About this perfume, did you use the quote from back in Sumeru, or...?
I did, although I made a few modifications to the formula to make the scent more pleasant and long-lasting. I actually brought a few samples with me today. I hope they're to your liking. Also, I was hoping you could try out the fragrance before I officially release it and tell me your thoughts.
Of course! A good sense of taste and sense of smell go hand in hand, you know? Just leave it to Paimon!
So?
Oh, it smells great!
I mean, seriously? That's it? I'm not sure that's the kind of feedback she had in mind.
It's alright. All feedback is worth considering. Besides, when it comes to perfume, commenting on whether it smells good is the most straightforward assessment you can ask for. There doesn't always have to be a deeper meaning.
Speaking of deeper meanings, Kiria's final question.
Right! Do those flowers have some special meaning? Hearing their names seemed to have an effect on him.
If I had to guess, I'd say it probably has something to do with the language of flowers.
The language of flowers? Oh, we've heard of that before! Paimon remembers hearing something like, the Cecilia represents the true feelings of the prodigal son?
What each flower is said to represent varies by person and across different moments in history. The same is true for the flowers that make up the scent of a ghost. After returning to Fontaine, I did some research, and it turns out the meanings of those 3 flowers can be reassembled to form a single phrase. Forget the past and keep on living. Perhaps that's the legacy Yelena always intended, not the nobility and grandeur most people associate with a ghost.
Or maybe that's what she hoped for her brother.
You think Kiria knew about that?
I paid him a visit before his trial and explained what I found, but he didn't seem to care. Who knows? Maybe she didn't mean anything by it at all. That was his response. Yelena is gone. We'll never know what she was thinking. We can look for meaning all we want, but it'll never be anything but conjecture. Even if that is what she was trying to say, I would never be able to forget her. Avenging her death? That was the meaning I chose for my life. Kiria cultivated his revenge like a flower. He was committed to making it bloom, even if in the end, it didn't bear the fruit he was hoping for.
Kiria.
In any case, he did want me to pass along his thanks. Thank you for saving my life, for giving me the chance to learn that a ghost could have carried a very different meaning. Love and hatred are a privilege of the living. When someone dies, their thoughts, feelings, and intentions die with them. In that sense, what a goose truly represents in the language of flowers will forever remain a mystery. But even if it's only a conjecture, I would like to believe my own interpretation. The meaning we give to flowers, the symbolism we assign to our perfumes, they're constantly twisted and exploited in our imperfect world. And yet, at the very outset, they're born from the simplest and most beautiful desires we hold in our heart.
Completed! Woo! Done! Oh man.
Art is the key ingredient.
Yelena. We're finished. Finally. It's finally finished. The story quest. Oh my god. Oh, I can't get my head around that seed thing as well. What the hell? How would I know that I had to, like, you know, hit it or push it in a certain angle? And it didn't, like, you know, it didn't register that much, because I knew I was, like, doing something to it, but I'm not sure if it was, like, the pushing method or did I have to hit it. Such weird shit. What the fuck? Yeah, let's get our dailies. Since we already done that, I think we already got all of it. Yes. Then I'll just teleport here. So, would you be pulling for Emilie? I don't know.
Add Astra at.
Would I be able
Thank
to
you
do
for
that?
completing.
Nah.
Add Astra at.
I think like having either Kole or Yao Yao is already a good, like, what's the word? Substitute, I guess. Yes, a good substitute for Emilie, because they do have like the same kind of game mechanic. You know, like you still shoot out. I still have my Yao Yao here. Wait, no, sorry. Where's my Yao Yao? Yao Yao! There you go, Switch.
Oh, lead the way! Follow me!
So if you're like, you know, you can't get Emilie, but still you wanted her, you know, you can still use Yao Yao and use her elemental skill and bring out Yugui, and he'll just shoot out that. Although it could be, you know, a little bit faster, you know, like if it was like, hey, hello, yes, you want to join, come on in, join in. So you can still like use Yao Yao if you want, but like her elemental skill is a little bit slower. I can like be sure that it is a little bit slower than Emilie's elemental skill. But if you really wanted, like, I wanted like someone that has like this a similar kind of like game mechanic like Emilie, there you go, Yao Yao there. And if you still want someone maybe a little bit closer, I don't know, let's see what I have. Like Yao Yao is a good 4-star substitute for that. Kirara, not actually. Kale, like you can like try to build her burst ever so slightly to, you know, get the same kind of like, you know, mechanic as well, because, you know, when Kale brings out what Cooling and Ember. Okay, so that doll thing that she's holding on right there still gives off the same mechanic, you know, shoots out like dendro particles and attack the enemies, but I don't think Kale heals. Yao Yao does heal, so yeah, that's a plus. Tainari is still a good substitute. He's a good dendro applicator, not gonna lie. And then you also have Nahida, the best of the best. But she is more like a, you know, sub DPS type character, not like a support character like Yao Yao or even Emilie in that matter. Alright, so do what you will. I think it's a great opportunity for you to pull for Emilie. I wouldn't say she's the greatest, but she can be one of the best dendro applicator in the game for now, for now. Because we don't know, like there's still other methods as well. I mean, like, we still have, like, all these dendro characters that we have. Let's see, there you go. All of these are good dendro applicator, but I don't know about Kave though. Like, I haven't said anything good about Kave. I mean, like, yes, he's more of like he's not more of a dendro applicator, maybe he is, but he's much more of a bloom character, okay? Like someone who is like very targeted on like getting bloom damage more than like any sort of like dendro reaction damage, like burning. What's the other one? I can't remember. The one that you use for hydro and electro. Sorry. Dendro and electro. Something. But yeah. Still a good thing though. Still a good thing. Right. But if I had to choose though, if I really wanted to like pick one 5-star, if I had the ability, the capacity to actually to actually wish for one of these characters, I think it would be Yelan though, I mean, I could try and just get like a C0 Emilie, but I think Yelan is better. Sorry. But I think my Yelan is at C1, I think. Yep, there you go, C1, yeah, because that way she gains 1 additional charge for her elemental energy, which is great. I love it. Alright, time to do something. This thing. 2000. Oh, I can get. Oh, well, I can get that. Okay. Teleport. Teleport. Okay, I want to win at least once. Okay. If I lose this round, okay, because I'm gonna play with another player. If I lose this round, that's it. I'm not going to end our stream until we win 1 round. Alright, let's see. Match. Okay. We're gonna try to win one round, okay? Just 1 round. I've lost 2 times and got a tie once. I haven't won since. Go on, let's go. I think this is pretty easy. I just need to remember which finch ball is the finch ball that I need. Okay. I think that's a normal finch ball, I think. Nice, that's great. Oh, okay. Is he trying to like knock my finch balls out? I think so, maybe. Ooh. This is weird. What the hell? Oh no, what is this? Okay, I think that that one is the one that can blow away your finish ball, right? Yeah, I think so. Oh, that's a sticky finish ball. Okay. I didn't get to stick onto any of my balls, but okay. Okay, that one is the one that blows away. Okay. Trying to blow away my balls. Ah! Again. If it was a bit closer, I could have like pushed his balls out of the box, out of the square. Come on. Match with me, damn it. I'm starting to hate this game, to be honest. It's like I haven't won since I haven't even won a single time. I've only played 4 times. Is this the same person? No, I don't think so. Has the same you know, profile picture though. But is it? I don't think it's the same guy. This one pushes. Huh? Oh no! Oh okay, no qualities. Okay. I was like, does it? Ooh. This one, attract other fish ball. Oh, okay. All right, I know where to put this. Okay, this one repel. Okay, so this one will repel others. It's going to be hard. Oh. Should have get more over because I'm trying to like push the top 2 balls right there. Yeah. Another tie. You could have just let me win there. Ah. I'm really starting to hate this game right now. Come on. Okay, let's go another round. Let's go. I wanna win once. Why can't I just win one time? I'm not even asking for much. I'm just asking to win one time. Can you let please have mercy on me, please? Please, Newvillet, please help me out. I just want to win this round. Just let me win. I'm just gonna lock myself in for now. Okay. Just gonna push mine, yeah. Now we're even, great. Okay, what are you gonna do here? Yes! Haha! I've won! Yes! Finally! I've won! I've won! Thank you, Villa. Thank you. Oh man. At least I know how to play that one, because we were using normal balls. We're not even like using like, you know, these like I don't know, some other fish balls that has like these abilities to, you know, suck in and blow away other balls. But it's just like, no, it's just weird. Oh man. Yeah, I am not playing this thing again. I have completed all my rewards. There you go. And I think there's something else. Because it's still the same. Because if I I play the, I can't remember if it's the, if I play this one, there's no like reward, so yeah, basically you can try and win like all of this.
Don't put off until tomorrow what you can do today.
Maybe like,
come on, let's get a move on.
Play PvP stuff after that. But for me, it's just like, nah, I want to try it, but yes. I've completed it. I can now end the stream happily. Alright, thank you for watching. I hope you guys are having a great day ahead of you. I shall now go do some video editing stuff, because I forgot. Can she actually like, you know, move? I thought. Oh. Because I thought like the character would be like, you know, froze in that one single like. Wait, let me try this. I shouldn't be trying this, but okay. Okay, never mind. I'm just gonna avoid that entirely. Okay, never mind. I heard I heard her hitting the ground there. Okay, she did. So. Oh, I think it's because I'm in this. That's why. Okay, yeah. I was like, why can I move? I thought if I pause the game will pause at the same time I'm pausing. There, like that, yeah. It should be Paimon who's just moving about. Everything else is just frozen in place. It's kind of weird. Oh. I'm just gonna like try hop in it and then just... There! Yeah, it should be like, you know, you can like froze in place. Because I was in multiplayer session. Okay. Alright, time to end it there. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys are doing well out there, and I hope it's going to go well all the way. Okay, and I hope you know, you guys can like, subscribe, do what you can so that we can, you know, start getting traction on this channel. And for every time someone like and subscribe, I'm gonna do a shout out. Okay, so if you like and subscribe to the channel, I'll shout out your name, at least your YouTuber name, at least in a later video or maybe in a later stream. All right, so be well and be the best version of yourself today, tomorrow, whenever. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye bye. Ciao.